Good morning, everybody. This is Angie Oldenburg, starting out our Saturday. I am just going to give everybody a couple minutes here to get the alerts and all that stuff. I want to make sure that I am on here. There I am. So that I can try to see if anybody has questions. I'll bring it up on my laptop. I better turn my volume down so I don't have an echo. Good morning, everybody from Wisconsin, US. Say hi if you're here, where you're from, all that stuff. Hope you had a chance to see the videos from yesterday. If not, you can always go back and watch them again. You know that. Good morning, Vicki. All right, good. Someone else is here with me this morning. So you know we are focusing on kits this time around. And so I chose the Blossom Wishes kit. This is one I just happen to have on hand. I like these all, I don't know if they're all inclusive or I don't know what you would call them. The kits that you don't even have to stamp. These are so simple and fast. If you need a bunch of cards quickly, or if you want to give a gift to someone who isn't typically a crafter, or if you want just something that's really convenient. I've taken one of the other ones like this on vacation with me, and then I don't have to worry about, when I'm done with it, I don't have to worry about a block, making sure I pack that back up somewhere, or ink, or stamps. This is all completely done already, and it's just punching out the pieces and then assembling them. So if you want something to do on a trip or on a car ride, or waiting for the kids at practice, or grandkids between games or something like that, this is a good one to do. And it's, of course, it's a birthday. Everybody uses birthday cards. So I'm going to show you the way they were meant to be put together first. I'll show you those samples. You know by now they give you all the instructions on the inside. There's also usually a little ruler on the inside of it, so that if you have to measure anything, that's kind of handy. So these are the two cards that the way they are meant to be put together, or the way they are instructed to be put together. So they're three-dimensional, easy to put together, clean on the inside. There's no greeting, so you can write whatever you want. And it comes with the dimensionals and with little mini glue dots. So everything is there that you need. You don't need to stamp this. This is already printed, and you just pop it out of the paper. This is the same one. Again, all these pieces are there. This is I think a 3x6. Yep, 3x6 card. Envelopes come with these obviously as well. So nice, easy all occasion, thinking of you sort of card. Okay, so then I did just one other thought, well, you can just orient the card differently. So that was a simple alternative option. So here's the original. I just kind of flipped it the other direction, switched the greetings around, and you have a different look to your card. And then I've got a couple different alternative projects for you. So the first one is this one. Let me get to this one. So I'm going to show you how I kind of figured out how to utilize the pieces for this. So what comes in the kit are these pieces. This is the card base, and then this piece for the accent for the circle or semicircle. So what I did, I started because I didn't know exactly how big I wanted it. So I'm going to pull my paper trimmer in here. I have this the rubber thing here just because my light glares on the glass mat. So what I did, you can see there's a little bit of a design on this. So I started out by just cutting that edge off, because I knew for a standard size card in the US anyway, it's going to be too wide. So I just cut that off. I need to make sure I'm in camera here. So that's really easy, just to kind of cut along that little dotted line there. I'm gonna move my coffee cup out of the way so I don't spill my coffee this morning. And then what I did, you can see also that it is a little asymmetric. So this side here is a little narrower than this side, so I decided to cut a little bit off of this edge to make it even for the card. And so I put it in the trimmer and just kind of look to see about where I would want it. We know that our standard card base in the US is 5.5, and I wanted a little bit of an edge on it. So I went to 5 and what would that be? 1, 2, 3/8. Get my fractions together this morning. And trimmed that off, and then that should fit on here with a little bit of an edge on it. So that's how I cut that one down. I have one already ready for us to get that out of the way. So this is Orchid Oasis base. These card kits, I don't know if anybody's mentioned it, they may have. I didn't get to watch everybody's videos all the way through. They also have the coordinating colors listed, like most of our, like the backs of our paper packs and stuff, so you can see what colors go with it. So this is Orchid Oasis that I'm using for the card base. And then I also cut down the card base of the kit. I cut off the pattern part so that there'd be some dimension for the front. And then I'm just gonna layer this on top of it. So pretty simple alternative project. And of course this is not wide enough to cover the whole thing, so I moved it kind of down here, and then I'm gonna put this on the top. And you kind of have to, it's not gonna fit, you know, have an exact border like we would normally have, like a 1/8 of an inch border or 1/4 of an inch border. So in order for you not to have white space here with this semicircle, it is going to be a little bit shorter. So if you're really a person that needs to have things symmetrical, you can certainly trim off more of the edge, and then you'll have a more equal border around the outside. Certainly an option. So I just will tape this down. Good morning, Sharon. I see you've joined. Thanks for hopping on. And let's see, I'm just gonna have to, I'm kind of an eyeballer. Versus a real, you know, real particular about my layouts. I do like an even border, but this one, since as long as this, you know, these two edges are symmetrical, I'm good with that. Some things matter more to me than others, and this one, it doesn't bother me too much. Everybody's a little bit different on that. All right. How is everyone doing this Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, wherever you might be? And you can see on this sample, I actually cut this one a little bit wider, so there's just a little bit of a ledge. That looked kind of cool too. This one I made the same size. And then these are pieces that are already in the kit. You just pop them out of the paper. And so I just put the pears with the leaves and kind of tacked them right down to the card front. There are leaves that go different directions in this kit, so you kind of have to play around with which fruit are you using for which leaves to make sure they fit. You could certainly pop these up too if you wanted to. Let's see. I tape those down, so we're gonna have those leaves behind this time around. And then I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back of the happy birthday. Morning, Rhonda. It's nice to actually be able to see people hopping on and making comments. Sometimes I'm not able to do that. Alright. Simple, easy. They do have the, in the kit, there are these little flowers. They're on vellum and printed in yellow. I decided not to put them on this one, but you know, there's a whole sheet here, so you certainly could put them on. And I'm going to apologize if you hear my dog running in and out. You can hear his nails clicking on the floor. So that's that sample. We'll go on to the next one here. I'm just making piles to the side here so I don't. Next one we're going to do is this one. These are going together a lot quicker than I thought they were going to. So sorry for Nigel whining here. He's been a little bit of a pain in the hind end this morning. Excuse my language. Nigel, you need to go lay down. Alright, so this one I did with Sweet Sorbet. He's part husky, so he tends to whine a little bit. He's got one of those voices he can be a little vocal at times. So Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And then I made it into a sympathy card using, this is the Heartfelt hexagon set. So I'll stamp that up here quick. And I wanted to just show you too what I did for the base. So this is the larger card. Nigel. He's making all kinds of noise for you guys today. And I cut it 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So I'm going to do that really quickly. And I'm going to put myself on mute just for a minute so that I can get him outside. I will be right back momentarily. Okay, ladies, sorry about that. For those of you that just hopped on. Sure, yes, he is a husky shepherd mix, we think, also. We don't know for sure. He's a rescue. So he can get a little bit howly. He doesn't howl, but he makes a lot of noise. So, and I didn't get him out for a walk before I came on this morning, which was probably a mistake. But he's in his crate now, and he's usually pretty quiet when he's in there. So hopefully that'll settle him for a little bit. Or at least so you guys can't hear him. So what I did was, for the front of this card, I again cut the card base in half to take the front section off. And there's, you're going to be able to use this this is nice white cardstock, so definitely can use that. And then, in order to have an equal border around the edge, that's why I did it this ends up being 3 1/2. And so this will be 4 3/4. And then you have a nice pattern. I don't know if it might be a little hard to see. It's got a chevron texture to it. The one thing I was going to try, and this may or may fail or may look okay. So because this is kind of hard to see, I was thinking about maybe just doing a little color on there just to add a little definition. So let's try that anyway. If it looks horrible, we don't have to put it together. So I think I'm going to use, I might just use a little bit of the wild wheat, that's the coordinating yellow in here, and try to be really light-handed when I'm doing this. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start over here and just do it really, really, really light, just to kind of get the definition of that chevron to pop out a little bit more. I don't know. I'm a little torn. I like the clean look without just the white on there too. So we'll see what this looks like. It gives it just a little bit of hint of shading so you can see those chevrons a little bit better. And I'll let you guys vote on which one you like. Sharon, what's your dog's name? Your husky shepherd? Probably heard me calling him Nigel. Not really a husky name, but it worked for him. His name was Wiley when he came from the shelter. And he kind of reminded us of Wile E. Coyote because he kind of has the coloring of a coyote. But we changed his name. All right, so I'm gonna just attach the, I'm gonna put the peaches down first here. Jonas, oh, that's a cool name too. 14, okay. Nigel just turned 3 as far as we can guess from the records from the shelter. He came to us originally from, or came to Wisconsin originally from, I believe it was Louisiana. And there was a birth date in there. So this is one of the branches I had a hard time figuring out which direction the leaves were supposed to go or where they were supposed to attach. So I just kind of threw them on there so that they sort of looked right. So that's the one thing you kind of have to play with some of these kits is if you want to make any alternates. And that's partially why I also put the flowers on this one. So, okay, I'm going to show you how I did this tag really quick too. So all I did was take a scrap. You know, we all have these scraps of white from when we're cutting up stuff. This is 1 inch, I think. Yeah, 1 inch. And we'll stamp with Starry Sky, which is the other purple that's in this. I love purple. It's my favorite color. And then what I did was, with the hexagon punch, I got glue or something on this thing. I need to clean it off. I punched it out. I just kind of made it sure it was sort of symmetrical, even up and, you know, vertically and horizontally. So you certainly could just use it like that, or when you actually punch out the hexagon punch, this then will fit right over the top of it, so that can be a bit of a layer on your hexagon punch or whatever other punch you want to use like that. So I just taped this onto the front to have a little bit of variety with the color. So kind of a fun way to use your punches. I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. Sharon, cool. So you've had him for a long time. That's so awesome. All right, so then I just layered this kind of over the branches to kind of cover up the branches a bit. And then I'm gonna put the flowers on. We have always had mixes or non-purebred animals. Hold on, I'm trying to find something here. My blue dots are, oh, never mind. Gosh, too busy thinking about dogs. So I'm just gonna pop these out of here while I'm chatting. I had my first dog as an adult before I was married to my husband, and he was a Keeshon Beagle mix. He was so cute. He had the coloring of a shepherd, but he had the howl of a beagle. And he was a very strong-willed guy. Lived a very long time. He was 16 when, I think 16 or 17 when we finally put him down, because he was just getting really old and really painful and had arthritis. And so after that we adopted a husky lab mix. I'm a fan of huskies, can you tell? And then we kind of I guess took on or rescued another rescue. My nephew had adopted a dog, and he wasn't able to take him to the next place he was moving to, so we took him in, and he and our Ellie got along excellently, and so we had them until about 2 years ago, and they both passed within about 3 months of each other, and that was really hard, unfortunately. And then, so it took a while before we were ready to have a dog again, and Nigel here had heartworm when he was at the shelter, and so they couldn't adopt him out while he was getting his heartworm treatment, and so we fostered him for a little while, and then of course we were foster fails, so we kept him. So that's where Nigel came from, just last May, Memorial Day weekend. We picked him up, and then we formally adopted him in September. So he's still sort of new to us, but all right. So that just adds a little bit more detail, kind of covers up some of the little, you know, what this leaf doesn't fit on these peaches, or, you know, whatever. So I don't know, what do you think? Do you like the yellow background to give it a little definition, or do you like the pure white? Let me know what your thoughts are. I think I'm liking the white, since it's a little cleaner looking. So let me know your thoughts. I obviously would probably use the other part of the card base on the inside, so you could stamp on the inside. So you can use all those parts and pieces. So here are that version of the alternative, this version of the alternative, this is the simple one, just switching it, different orientation, and then these two are the originals. And that was a very short, I thought that would take me longer to do that, so you'll have a little bit more time before the next presenter. This is a simple kit. Love it though, because it's so quick to put together. Nice to kind of just have on the shelf if you need it, or if you want to do a crafting outing with somebody, it'd be easy to take with you. So let me know if you have any questions. The next presenter, I think it's Maureen, will be up at the top of the hour. Go grab a coffee or a tea or a soda, and we'll be back with you in a bit. Thanks for joining me this morning, and remember that you can go watch the other people's videos from yesterday if you've missed them. The photos will be in the album, and then there'll be links to their videos. So All right. And as always, I always want to mention this. If you guys do any alternates to kits, if you have any kits, if you have any inspiration that you get from us, we would love to see that. Love to see you post those pictures in our group. So, all right, have a good day, everyone, and I will see you next time.